Josephina was only kidding. That's the title of an article published in 1968 by the St. Augustine Record. The only thing about this article that is better than the punny headline is the content area: baby goats living in downtown St. Augustine.
The year is 1963. You're on your first visit to St. Augustine, Florida, and the sun is beating down. In the heat of the day, the only thing that could make it better is the welcoming sound of a... What's that? This happy encounter will make the whole vacation worthwhile.
Well, if you're still wondering, why goats? And
where are they now?
Hang tight. We have some answers for your questioning soul.
You were trouble when you walked in. So shame on me now. Blew me to places I've never been.
Goats are making their way into pop culture, infiltrating Twitter, YouTube, and even the common household with their cute nature. However, goats are not just a thing of 2017 pop culture. Their entertainment value has, in fact, proved to be timeless. Let's look at Josephina. While her two kids were crying for the first time in 1968, they had no idea that they were being born into a living historical farm. Let's back up about a decade. 1959. The Preservation Board meets for the first time and names H.E. Wolf, who was an expert in his field, chairman. The board decides to undertake a project to turn St. George Street into a real-life illustration of the nation's oldest city. So with this comes a living historical farm. The board writes that livestock is so interesting to people that it is an attraction that cannot be beat by any other. Thus, the goats. They always have been, if you will, the queen bee of livestock. On to your next question.
Where are they now?
Well, if you're wondering about Josephina, she's floating up in goat heaven. If you're asking why there is no longer a farm on St. George Street, here's a short answer. The original intentions of the board were to create a living historical farm. Some projects worked, some projects didn't. The costly and work-intensive project of raising live animals in a downtown area turned out to be less practical than the board thought it would be. But not to worry, you can still find goats in downtown St. Augustine at Ripe and Ready, where twins Kalua and Gomez can continue to live on in all of their glory.
So, hope you found that useful, and go tell your friends about me.